The Minecraft Mace Enchantment Guide. The mace is a new weapon in Minecraft 1.21 that will increase the amount of damage done based on how far the player has fallen. There are 9 possible enchantments that can be placed on the mace, and they are different from other weapons like the sword or axe. The mace is in the 1.21 update. To get it currently, you will have to play in the snapshots. If there are any changes, I'll do an updated video. Let's start with the durability with the Unbreaking enchantment. The mace only has a durability of 500, putting it lower than other weapons in the game. Every time you use the mace, it will use 1 durability. The Unbreaking enchantment will reduce the chance of durability being used. The maximum level of Unbreaking is 3. There is a 50% chance for the durability being used at level 1, 33% at level 2, and 25% at level 3. This is going to be a necessary enchantment to put on the mace since it has a low durability, and if you're like me, you'll forget how low the durability on a weapon can be. The Unbreaking enchantment can be put on the mace through the enchanting table or putting an Unbreaking enchanted book on it by using the anvil. Sticking with durability, the next obvious choice is Mending. Mending will repair the durability of a mace through experience orbs. 2 durability will be repaired by 1 XP orb. For this to work, it has to be in your hand or offhand. Also, if you have multiple pieces of armor with Mending, 1 will be chosen at random. The Mending enchantment has to be placed on the mace using the anvil. You can get Mending books through the enchanted books in loot chest, fishing, or villager trading. The villager trading is the best spot as you can get enchanted book trade at the first level, and you can keep breaking the lectern to change the trade until getting the Mending trade as long as you don't lock that trade in by trading with the villager. You can do this with most of the mace enchantments. Mending also pairs well with weapons as you can get experience from killing mobs. Next, we'll get the one enchantment you should avoid, the Curse of Vanishing. This enchantment will make the mace disappear if you die. Curse of Vanishing is a curse enchantment, so it can't be removed from the mace once it's placed on it. The only way to get it on the mace is by putting it on it with the anvil. The Curse of Vanishing will have red text. It should be easy to not place it on the mace as long as you pay attention to the enchanted books you are putting on the mace. Next is the Fire Aspect. The Fire Aspect has 2 levels and lights a mob on fire. It does 3 damage at level 1 and 7 at level 2. The amount of damage the Fire Aspect does is based on how long the mob is on fire. The Fire Aspect can be put on the mace through the anvil. Next, let's talk about the Smite and Bane of Arthropods. Both enchantments will increase the amount of damage by 2.5 per a level. The maximum level is 5. Bane of Arthropods does damage to arthropod mobs, and Smite does damage to undead mobs. Arthropod mobs are bees and spiders. Undead mob is a lot of mobs in the game like zombies and its variants and the Wither. Smite and Bane of Arthropods can only be put on the mace through the anvil. The Density enchantment, which is a mace specific enchantment, the Density enchantment that increases the damage per a block fallen, increasing by 0.5 per a level. The maximum level is 5, so it can do 2.5 damage per a block. Just keep in mind this damage is calculated into the smash attack and critical hit, increasing the damage. Density will be available through the enchanting table and anvil. It should be easy to get. The next enchantment is Breach. Breach reduces the effectiveness of armor by 15% per a level. The maximum level is 4. At level 4, it would reduce armor effectiveness by 60%. This would be useful in PvP against other players or mobs that have armor. This enchantment is available through the enchanting table and by using the anvil. We should talk about the incompatible enchantments for the mace. For the mace, the Breach, Density, Smite, and Bane of Arthropods enchantments are incompatible, meaning you can only have one of these enchantments on your mace. I think the obvious choice is Density, as it increases the amount of damage. Breach is more meant for PvP and reduces armor effectiveness. Smite and Bane of Arthropods are mob specific, so they are not as useful as Density. And the last enchantment is the Wind Burst enchantment. This enchantment will emit a burst of wind like a wind charge when you do a smash attack. The strength of the Wind Burst increases per a level. The maximum level is 3. Also, the Wind Burst does not negate fall damage, so you will take fall damage. What this enchantment will do is launch the player upwards and knock back mobs surrounding you. This will be useful as you can use it to launch yourself in the air, then chain attacks against mobs, or if you're being attacked by a large amount of mobs, you can knock them all back. One suggestion I would make is that if you get this enchantment on your mace, you should get feather falling on your boots to help reduce reduce fall damage. This enchantment can only be placed on the mace using the anvil. The only location to get the Windburst enchanted book is through the Ominous Vault. I have a video on getting the Windburst enchanted book that you can watch by clicking on the card on the top right. The Windburst will be difficult enchantment to get as it is only found in one location and getting it is extremely rare. In conclusion, what enchantments should you have on your mace? I feel like this is obvious given some of the changes made to the mace. I think you would want Density, Unbreaking, Mending, Windburst, and Fire Aspect. The Windburst is going to be difficult enchantment to get, but if you can get it on your mace, it is a must. The Fire Aspect is more of a preference if you want the mobs on fire. I think the only argument is whether you want to have Breach on for PvP instead of Density.